Mentorship and sponsorship. Many people use these two words interchangeably, but they are not quite the same thing. What they have in common is that both can absolutely advance your career. So, what is the difference and how do you add them to your career toolkit? It's Trisha Sitamire here, founder of Control-Alt-Delete and America's favorite career coach. If this is your first time catching one of my videos, welcome. I'm excited to have you here. Make sure to subscribe to my channel for all things career development and growth. And if you've been locked in, thanks for joining me again. So let's jump right on in. In addition to having clarity around what you want out of your career, doing the great work, and networking, there is another piece of the puzzle that supports not only your career success, but I believe your long-term personal and professional development. Mentorship and sponsorship. Many people use these two words interchangeably, but they are not quite the same thing. What they have in common is that both can absolutely advance your career. So, what is the difference and how do you add them to your career toolkit? Let's start with mentorship. A mentor is typically someone that can provide you with guidance and career advice. Simply put, typically it's a professional relationship with someone who is maybe in your same industry and similar function. Sometimes they may even be in the same role as you. Never discount learning across the table. There are nuggets of wisdom there too. So this person, they act as a mentor because they can provide that guidance around career advancement because they have either walked the walk and are making strides in their career similar to where you would like to go, or they are in progress and walking in that direction, a direction that you may be interested in. So they can provide you insights on where and how to navigate, how you up-level your skills and where are some places that you can go to do that. What are the important skills to upskill? And they can even guide you on how you present yourself for future opportunities. If you find yourself needing to talk through a challenging situation or a tough work task, a mentor can also be key to helping you navigate a way forward. Then there's also reverse mentorship as well, where a more seasoned professional is looking to gain insight from someone who is maybe newer to a role, newer to an industry or a company for fresh perspective, maybe what's up and coming in terms of technology to improve efficiency or new trends in a particular space. With mentorship, you are simply tapping into someone else's experience and knowledge. And as a mentor, we are excited about sharing what we have learned and experienced simply to benefit you. Now, sponsorship is a little bit different because it is centered around advocacy. Do you need to be advocating for yourself? Absolutely. But having others advocate for you in places and spaces that maybe you don't have access to can certainly move the needle in terms of career advancement. So this could look like highlighting your potential to leadership, putting your name in the hat for new opportunities and promotions, as well as showing off the great work that you do. A sponsor will typically work with you at the same company versus a mentor who may or may not. Now, I'm not suggesting that a mentor won't advocate for you, but that's typically not the case where a sponsor will. A sponsor can also be super helpful in terms of networking and making valuable connections that can advance your career. They are invested in your professional success and believe in your talent so much so that they are willing to endorse you to others. So now that we're clear on sponsorship versus mentorship, how do you get them? Where do they come from? Both are relationships, and what do relationships need? Building. So mentorships are usually more organic, They're usually a more organic relationship, but if you haven't had one emerge, you can always identify someone who perhaps you admire or feel that you can learn from and ask. But be clear on what you need and then just go for it. But if you're doing the asking, make sure you're ready for open lines of communication and be willing to accept honest feedback that allows you to grow. Clarity, commitment, communication. 3 keys to successful mentorship. As for sponsorship, this is a little less cut and dry, and there isn't a one-shot approach, but some things that you can do to cultivate a sponsor relationship are vocalizing your career goals to leaders that are maybe connected to your work and have a glimpse into your work performance. Having an active presence at work, and sometimes this means taking opportunities to learn about things that are outside of your specific role. An easy way to do this is by talking to your manager and finding out what kinds of things they have going on and finding ways you can add yourself to the mix. But remember, always be mindful of what you have on your plate and your bandwidth and what you have the capacity to take on. With sponsorship, it's less about looking for a new friend and more about really finding the right ally, okay? So there you have it, mentorship versus sponsorship. If you have questions, feel free to drop them in the comments. And if this has been helpful for you, please like this video, share it with a friend, someone that you think could benefit from this information, and share what you found to be most helpful. If you're needing guidance on how to put all of this together for yourself, check out my coaching offerings on my website, trishasitamaria.com, and I look forward to supporting you on your journey forward. I am wishing you continued success, and in the meantime, onward and upward.